Look around your life for a second. The people who will save you in a collapse are probably the ones you low-key avoid right now. You know, the ones. The paranoid neighbor with cameras on every corner, the boring spreadsheet guy at work, the friend who overthinks everything until you want to scream. You don't invite them to parties, but when the world glitches, those are the only people you should be sitting next to. In this video, you are not building a friend group. You are building a survival operating system. 5 annoying personality types you should recruit now before you need them. Let's start with the most exhausting one, the paranoid neighbor. This is the person who has 3 deadbolts, a doorbell camera, and a motion sensor on their mailbox. They send you news articles at 2 a.m. with captions like, "This is how it starts." In normal life, you mute their messages. In a crisis, they are your early warning radar. While everyone else is scrolling memes, they are noticing patterns. The empty shelves, the strange sirens, the unusual convoy that drove through town at midnight. You call it paranoia. Reality calls it seeing the trend line before it hits the news. When communication networks fail, they are the one who already knows which roads clog first, which stores lock their doors earliest, which neighbors own guns, generators, or wells. You don't have to live like them, but you absolutely want one of them in your group. 2. The Spreadsheet Goblin. You know the coworker whose soul is a color-coded Google Sheet? They track their sleep, their steps, their subscription renewals, everything. You tease them for making a packing list for a weekend trip, but imagine the power goes out and stays out. Suddenly, logistics is not an email thread. It is survival. This person can calculate how long your food actually lasts, build a rotation schedule for guard duty and sleep, track ammo, fuel, medicine, batteries, without losing count. You see a box of random canned food, they see 23,000 calories sorted by expiration date. They turn chaos into columns, and columns into decisions. You don't need them because they are fun. You need them because winging it is how groups run out of water on day 4. 3. The emotionally blunt realist. This is the friend everyone accuses of being too negative. You show them a plan, and they immediately say, "That won't work." They ruin the vibe in group chats, but they also save you from walking into dumb failure. In normal life, they are the downer at dinner. In an emergency, they are your reality check with a mouth. They're the ones who say, "No, you cannot carry all that gear. No, we cannot save everyone. No, we are not staying here. This building has one exit." It sounds harsh until you realize they're the only one willing to say the sentence nobody wants to hear. We don't have enough. Hope feels good, but hope without math gets people killed. Keep one emotionally blunt realist close. They will make you angry, and then they will make you alive. 4. The rule nerd. You know that quiet person who actually reads the manual? The one who knows the building's fire code and quotes weird sections of the law for fun? They are not spontaneous. They're the human version of fine print. In a disaster, everyone panics. The rule nerd remembers how systems are supposed to work. They know how emergency exits are laid out in public buildings, what radio channels first responders use, which regulations forced the city to put water tanks, generators, or medical kits in specific places. They understand the invisible skeleton of your town, and when everything collapses, they can navigate that skeleton like a map. You think they are boring until you're trying to find a way out of a locked complex, and they say, "Mechanical rooms always have a secondary exit. It should be there." Never underestimate the person who reads what everyone else scrolls past. 5. The awkward radio nerd. This is the one with a weird antenna on their roof and a backpack of devices you cannot name. They talk about frequencies and repeaters, and you nod politely while thinking about dinner. When cell towers die, this is your internet, your phone, and your news wrapped in one human. They know how to reach people 50 miles away without a single bar of service, listen in on weather, emergency, and aviation channels, build a working antenna out of scrap wire and a broom handle. While everyone else stands on a hill holding their dead phone to the sky like a ritual, offering they are quietly in the corner saying, "Got a signal. Here's what's happening in the next town over." Information is not a luxury. Information is time. Time to move, time to hide, time to prepare. You don't have to understand how their gear works. You just have to keep them fed and not make fun of their hobby. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The people who feel too intense, too negative, or too obsessed right now are the ones who have been practicing for the test the rest of us didn't know was coming. You don't need more chill hangout buddies. You need a paranoid radar, a logistics brain, a brutal realist, a rule nerd map, and a human radio tower. So here's your homework. Scroll through your contacts and ask yourself, if everything broke tomorrow, who would I actually call first? And then maybe start treating that person like more than just the weird one in the group chat.
Comment the one friend who actually deserves a spot on your team and the one who is definitely getting left outside.